Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hashanajah binti Yahya Khan,
And my name is Nizrin Sofia binti Zainal Aman.
and today we will be presenting our project, which is a system development project called IFET, IIUM flagship evaluation tool using blockchain technology. So our application is called IFET, derived from the IIUM flagship evaluation tool phrase. Our application is a platform to collect responses from IIUM or non-IIUM communities on their evaluation or feedbacks of the flagship projects organized by IIUM, such as River of Life, Cyber Sejahtera Energy, Scroll, and Masachin. So, flagship projects are development projects of new technologies, processes, or product that can benefit the communities affected with it. The problems that we are trying to solve by developing our application would be the lack of platform for IOM to conduct the surveys of IIM flagship projects. We would also like to solve the problem where data collected are susceptible to changes and modification. And since other platforms are centralized, personal details are usually prone to security breach, and the integrity of the data will be hard to control when we use other platforms. So the first objective of this application would be to collect information from communities affected by these flagship projects. So by implementing blockchain technology, we aim to develop our application to record transaction of data using blockchain. Blockchain main advantage is its decentralized property. So the transaction will be recorded permanently across all peers and avoiding third-party interference. So if there are any slight changes happening inside the transaction, every peer who has copies of these ledgers will be notified of the changes. So by developing this application, we also aims to be able to track the impact of these flagship projects to the society.
So this is the list of tools we use while developing this app. Firstly, we have Node.js. It is to configure the environment for developing smart contracts. And then Web3.js. It allows the application to interact with the Ethereum blockchain. Next is Truffle Framework. It provides a suite of tools for developing Ethereum smart contracts. And it provides features such as developing, testing, and deploying smart contracts. So a feature of Truffle is Ganache. We use Ganache as a local development blockchain that can be used to mimic the behavior of a public blockchain. And then we use MetaMask. It is a Chrome extension that allows managing of personal accounts when connecting to the blockchain. And then for the front-end development, we use React Framework. It is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. And then we use Ionic Framework. It is a user interface toolkit for progressive web applications. So it provides interfaces such as buttons, cards, sliders, and many more. And then we use Survey.js, which is a customizable surveys and forms to integrate with the application. And lastly, we use Firebase as a database for authentication.
We also came out with a use case diagram, as we can see here, to identify the activities that can be performed within IFET application. So first, user can create an account by signing up to access the service inside the application. So when they are logged in, they can view, update their profile details, and they can also fill surveys of the flagship projects inside the application. Blockchain will be used to record the transaction of each completed surveys. And lastly, the administrator can update or create surveys. However, for our project, we will be only covering for one survey of flagship project, which is River Life. Administrator can also view responses from Survey.js. Lastly, there are several improvements that can be added to our system in the future to resolve issues that might come. So first would be, instead of using third-party service such as Survey.js like we use now, we want to be able to record the data on the blockchain itself to serve as the backend of our application. Second would be a point or coin system where users are rewarded with points upon completion of each survey. Lastly, the availability of multiple language options where users can switch the language of the application, since IIUM University comprises of different nationality and everyone use different languages. Next would be the demo to our application.
So this is the interface of IFET. We have login, sign up, password reset, the home page, the survey list, the survey, the profile, and to update profile. So firstly, we go with sign up. So signing up by inputting the first name, last name, email, and password. Okay, next is password reset. We just input using the email we have created the account for. So by clicking this button, an email will be sent to the email inputted. Okay, so we can reset the password. Okay, now log in. We log in using the details that we have created. Okay, so after successfully logging in, it will show the home page of IFET. So this is the home page. It has a button. So if we click view more here, it will go to the survey list. Going back to home, if we click start survey, it will directly go to the survey. So here, if we click here, it will also go to the survey. Okay, now we are filling up this form. Upon completing the survey, a smart contract will be called to record the transaction of the completed survey in the blockchain. Okay, so after completing, and the results will be sent to Survey.js for collecting the data and displaying it into graphical format, which will be shown later. So this is the profile. It shows the first name, last name, email, and account number. And then update profile to update the password. So after clicking update, the password will be changed, and then log out. By logging out, it will go back to the login page. Okay, so this is Ganache, which is an imitation of the blockchain server. So as we can see here, the current block is 43, which means that the transaction has been recorded. So this is Survey.js, which is the results of the survey. It can be shown in graphical format like this, and we can choose it to be shown as bar or pie chart. And then table here, the results are shown in tabular format, and there's a filter function here in the search bar, so you can filter the results to whatever. And you can also download the file into PDF, Excel, or CSV, but right now the only working file is the CSV. Okay, so lastly is the info section, which shows the total response and the timestamp of first response and last response. So this is the screenshot of the results downloaded as CSV file.